In day 2 of my Colorado adventure, I wake up and make a little breakfast on the new Blackstone. We drive towards Aspen and go over Independence Pass. We see another ghost town, check out these really cool ice caves. We make it into Aspen, where I swear every car is a Range Rover. And then we're going to go try to find a place to spend the night. We drive by these things, not really sure what they are. And this place is pretty cool. Is this where I'm going to spend the night? We'll see.
A little taco stand in the middle of the desert, eating fresh fruit in the LA heat. Traveling the country, stopping into every diner. Holland the Pup right next to me. Traveling food. Traveling food.
Good morning. It is 5:15. My alarm just went off. You can see it's a little bit daylight outside already. Sun's not fully up. There was actually a lot of moonlight last night too. The full moon came up, or almost full moon came up pretty late, and it was pretty bright. But I slept pretty good actually. So I'm up and out of the truck now. It is 5:30, so it's pretty early. As you can see how bright it is. Trying to not fall down on the rocks and the sand. It's a bit of an incline here. Oh, it's actually not terribly cold. Here's the moon I was talking about. It's still up right there, so it's pretty bright. But we're just gonna hang out. Just set my tripod up down there to catch the sun as it rises from the other direction, but reflects on those mountains there.
Sad and blue. Ain't got no love and shoulders to.
All right, time to take the drone up for a little morning flight.
Nothing is untrue. Nothing don't matter. It's all notions of our emotions, of everything we are and what we belong to, how we reach our destination. Shadows fading light. We're caught in burning fire, almost falling from the sky, and the sun may tear the wings of us like Icarus. We fly, fly with courage and bravado, fly with passion in our hearts, and realizing the power of love will guide us safe to shore. Calling you a friend, a lover, a fighter. May we never be like strangers, never be afraid in fear of each other. May we keep all
So
we
my little bathroom bag, got the necessities, including bug spray wipes, and these little things that I haven't used yet. A shower on the go. Actually, I have a bigger one here too. Call it a wilderness wipe.
So here I am unboxing my Blackstone. It's like a flat top grill, portable one that runs off little propane tanks. I was going to do just like a charcoal grill or cook over a fire, but I saw this at Target and I've always been intrigued by them, and they didn't have any charcoal grills, so I decided to get one. And came out to realize that it was actually pretty cool because some of these campsites have restrictions about open flames, but they do allow grills like this running off propane. So here we go, got it all set up, and we're going to try it out. Oh, that sizzle. Doesn't that sound good? I did have to season it a couple times just by like turning the heat up and putting some oil on it, but I got it all seasoned up and ready to go, and cooking some hash browns and sausages for breakfast today. I've always claimed to be a meat and potatoes kind of guy, and well, there you go. A little hot sauce on here, and gonna sit down and just enjoy the sunrise over the lake.
Hey, funny to see you here.
Traveling the country, stopping into every diner. Holland the Pup right next to me. Traveling food. Traveling food.
Do you like him, buddy?
So I bought this Jackery portable power station on Amazon a while back, and this is really the first time I've used it. It's a 240 watt unit, one of the smaller ones that they have, but I was able to recharge all my batteries for all my cameras, and it worked pretty good.
Holland and I are gonna pack up and hit the road.
Holland,
come on, bud. Come on.
All right, here we go. So originally I thought I was going to head down towards a place called St. Elmo Ghost Town that's just south of Twin Lakes, Colorado, but I changed my mind. I'm going to head west towards Aspen and then towards Black Canyon of the Gunnison National Monument. So I got a lot of driving ahead of me today, but we're going to hit the road and see what we find, including this fake police car that is going to make everybody slow down as they drive by. But here we go, into the mountains. Place called Parry's Peak Campground. It's Parry with an A. So I pulled over. I saw the sign for the campground. Decided to pull over and try to get a picture with my buddy David and his wife Amber. And then pulled into the campground and just started driving around and found this water or the river, which is a waterfall up on the other side. See in a minute. This water is moving so quick. It's a tiny little waterfall that's right there. I would not want to fall in there. Who lives in this house? Right there. I want to become friends with them. I'm actually gonna drive up to Aspen. About to go through Independence Pass, which apparently is pretty intense. No vehicles over 35 feet can go on that road.
Likely the light of mine would burn out in the mountains where I spend my rambling years.
And here you can see a whole bunch of trees that have been knocked over from what had been an avalanche at some point in time. Pretty crazy because those trees are pretty big trees.
Up the mountain to a place where I can sit rocking chair. I rode my buddy up the mountain, and I'm never going back again, I swear. Most likely the son of mine will be found in the mountains where I'm born and raised. I paid my duty as the sunny side cutie. Oh Lord, hear the sorrow in my heart. I rode my
And you definitely have to watch out for bikers in Colorado. I do not know how these guys pedal up mountains like this. It's crazy.
body up the mountain, and I'm never going back again, I swear. So I rode my buddy up the mountain, to a place where I can sit in my rocking chair. I rode my buddy up the mountain, and I'm never going back again, I swear. Rode my buddy up the mountain. I rode my buddy up the mountain.
So there's some old truth to that saying, don't eat the yellow snow. Holland, come on. Are you home? Oh man, to put this wind up here, it is cold. I should have put on another layer or two. Trying to put my little hoodie thing over my ears. Are you on top of the mountain? Are you? Made it to the little sign. This is the view to the east. My fingers are about to freeze off, so I'm going to turn this thing on. Alright, watching these guys here pack up their skis, and I was like, where can you ski around here? And then, I see this guy coming down. Well, maybe they know him. Looks like they're waving. That's pretty cool. Found another ghost town. This is called the Ghost Town of Independence. That was part of the Ute Indian territory way back in the day. This ghost town was a little bit more kind of developed and touristy than some of the other ones that we've seen. Holland and I are at the Ghost Town of Independence. There's quite a few rundown cabins here. This apparently used to be the center of the Ute population way back in the day, and then in 1879 gold was found, and then it turned into a little gold mining village, and now it is a ghost town. So we're gonna go check it out. So when I said it was a little bit more developed, it's just because it was had funding from like historical foundations, so it had some signs and everything posted, but telling about the history and what had been going on here in the past, which in a way was pretty cool because it gives you the history of what's going on, but it does make it feel just a little bit more touristy, but nonetheless it was still really cool to walk around and just check out these old cabins and go explore. The cabins here vary quite a bit. This one is mostly run down. There are some that are completely run down. There are some that almost look like they're in full construction. And then it looks like there's some that are partially renovated too, or restored. So it's an interesting mix. Odd things here is just a lot of glass scattered about. It was really cool. I'm always fascinated by these old historic places around our country, just kind of imagining people actually living here and seeing it firsthand. How times have changed for sure, but here we go, hitting the road again, on to whatever we stumble upon next.
Sun is shining, wind blows through my hair, car is moving fast down the freeway to anywhere. We are going somewhere new tonight.
To be honest with you, the drive up the side of the mountain wasn't that bad, but coming down was a little bit different. There was a lot of these stretches where the road kind of just turned from 2 lanes to like 1.5, if that, kind of lanes. So you had to be careful with oncoming traffic. And here we had a couple cars coming the opposite directions, so I had to hug the side of the mountain, let them go by, and then we could keep on going.
Baby, this is what we do. We leave it all up for sale, 'cause we are going somewhere new tonight.
And I just saw a sign that said Grottos, so that sounds interesting. Let's go check it out, see what that's all about.
Freedom is a rare thing, only a few of us can share.
Just pulled off to something called the Grottos, so didn't know it was here. It sounds pretty interesting. We're gonna go check it out. There's 3 things here: the Grottos, erratics, and cascades. So we'll go see. Hopefully it doesn't look like it's too far, but who knows. We're gonna go check it out. To the ice caves. So these grottos are actually down in what's called ice caves.
Somewhere new tonight.
This is it. This is the grottos, or the ice caves. It's not super big as far as I can tell, but there is ice down there, or snow, and then they got the weird carvings into these rocks. I do hear somebody's voice down that way, so I'm gonna walk down there. I was gonna make an attempt to climb down there. I do think I could get down there. It's getting back up that I'm a little bit worried about. I could use these trees to hold on to get down, but I don't trust myself getting back up. It's pretty big drop down there. I'd still hear voices back there, so somebody's down there. But we're gonna go walk around the other side. Bunch of ice down there. Definitely more of the caves. And if I didn't have Holland, I'd probably go down there. But I don't want to go too far down without her.
No matter how it's slow to somewhere, make sure you aim for the sky. On that road to somewhere, that road to somewhere, yeah. On that road to somewhere, on that road to somewhere, somewhere, road somewhere.
The voices I heard, I found the people
And they have a bunch of pads and mud stick kind of thing. I think they're trying to get something off a wall or something.
You guys fine? Yeah. Nice, where at?
Into the wild again. Tell me when does it end? Hide under the shadow of the morning. Into the break of dawn. We are gonna carry on. Covered by the daylight. It's alright. We are pushing head on. All your worries be gone. We are running straight out into the wild.
So there was a bridge just up the path to cross the river, but since we are wild and crazy and adventurous, we're just going to cross the river by foot. So here we go.
We're gonna take the river instead of the bridge. Just because. Come on, bud. Come on. She's taking the shallow route. It's probably wise. Come on. Oh, it's cold. Water's just below my knees. Here she comes. It is crystal clear though. That's kind of why I wanted to do this. Oop. Actually, it's a little bit of a current here. One might have a little difficulty getting up. And I gotta watch out for roots. Come on, come on. Come on. Get it. Got it. Oop. She made it to. Can you get up? Alright. She's on land. Somewhere over there. And again, I gotta watch out for roots because. Oh, there she comes. Good girl. Alright. Our first river crossing. Oh, we made it. And my legs are freezing.
By the starlight, it's alright.
Water shoes on, and my feet are sore. I think they're frostbitten. They hurt. So that was it. That was the grotto and ice caves. Pretty cool. Again, like an pretty easy hike. I was just looking up on this mountain. Never figure it out where it is on the reverse angle. Right there's a waterfall coming down. I'm not sure if you guys can see it or not. I'm trying to get Holland to dry off a little bit before we get into the car. And there's some more folks, another family out there. They somehow cross the river to get to that little island. And Holland is wandering off, so I'm gonna go get her.
And now we made it into Aspen, Colorado. I've actually been here several years ago and only spent like an hour or two here. And as you'll find out today, I'm going to spend even less time than that. But I'm going to stop here nonetheless and check it out and just kind of get a flavor for the town.
Checking in from Aspen. It is a beautiful little place. I'm not joking when I say every other car here seems like it's a Range Rover. I'm looking at two of them right now, and I just walked by a bunch of them. It's kind of crazy. Even driving in here, there's a bunch of Range Rover on the road. Just did a little walk through the downtown. I could probably, well, not that I don't know. It's a little overwhelming in the sunset. I don't really know where to start. And the corona's going on, a bunch of people, and I can't go. I left my mask in my truck, so Just did one loop around downtown, and I think it's probably a better, I guess what I'm trying to say is probably a better place for me to come back at a different time when there's less craziness going on. If you guys can hear it, but there's a siren going off. It just started going off. I don't know if it's a tornado warning. It's my guess for out here. But it's kind of eerie sounding. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. We're at this place called Buttermilk Mountain. They just did the X Games here. See one of the, well, not through the trees, but one of the big jumps up there on the hill. Greetings, I'm in Carbondale, Colorado. It's just west of Aspen. I drove through Aspen real quick, but it was just kind of chaotic and stuff like that. Or not chaotic, but just kind of going on. I just didn't want to be staying around too long, so I put in Montrose into my GPS. So I'm going not the way that I thought I was going to originally, but we just got to Carbondale. So Carbondale to Montrose, there's I think it's Highway 133. It looks like it might be kind of pretty, except it's getting cloudy and it's getting windy again. The wind is killing me. It just makes it like, where it's not miserable, it's just like annoying to be outside because you'll put something down and it'll blow away, or I'll have my door open and it blows shut. But it is what it is. I got a little bit of gas, and this gas station had free coffee, so I got a cup of coffee and we are hitting the road.
A little taco stand in the middle of the desert, eating fresh fruit in the LA heat, traveling the country, stopping into every diner, Holland the Pup riding next to me.
Alright, so we just stumbled upon a random roadside attraction, I guess you could call it, called the Redstone Coke Ovens, and there are 249 of these ovens. They look like big pizza ovens. And they go back to back, so there's another row of them on the reverse side of this, and then there's another row of them behind as well, like a second row. So it's pretty crazy. Coke oven, according to the sign, is when you turn coal into Coke, and Coke is pure carbon, apparently. So pretty interesting. I poked my head into a few of them. I kind of think that it's a perfect place for a wild animal to live, like a mountain lion or a wolf or a coyote. Or maybe there's so much traffic along this road that they just don't do that, but it is a little bit creepy putting your head in one of these. Starting to get a little bit late, so we are gonna hit the road and head down towards Montrose, which will give us a good starting position for tomorrow for the Black Canyon. But I don't know where I'm gonna stay, so hopefully we can find something along the way here. We'll figure it out. Alright guys, I was just drove by this, looked like a cool little place here, but I'm being super cheap, I guess. They had cabins that were $55, but they with no electricity or no water, so you had to use the facilities, the campground facilities. But they did have internet, which I was fine with. But then there was a $10 pet fee that they wouldn't waive, so I think you're getting just $65-70 for a night. So it was called Keebler Corner. Maybe next time when I have some more time, because it did look pretty cool, but just for a few hours of sleep, not worth it. That would be a pretty killer water slide, don't you think? Alright, it is 7:30. Going into Montrose right now, and it is starting to rain. It's supposed to rain pretty much until like 5 in the morning. So that kind of a damper on camping. I did find on All Stays a, I don't know what it is really, but it's in this like pretty deserty looking place. It says tents are allowed. There's public, there's restrooms there. I think it's free. It's like a wide open area, but it essentially just looks like a parking lot, like a rest area. I think it's known for like off-roading and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go check it out. I might actually hit a drive-through. Because I gotta drive through Montrose. Actually, I'm driving into Montrose right now. The sign's right there. So I might hit a drive-through and head out to this place. And if it doesn't look good, or it might be closed because of COVID, or it doesn't look safe, there's like 4 cheap motels not too far away. So that'll be my backup plan.
So I made it to what's called the Flat Top Peach Valley Recreation Area, and there was a little area to set up camp, so that's where I'm calling tonight. So this is where we're going to be spending the night tonight. Thought I had a cool video driving up here, but my GoPro low battery signal came on, and I guess if you don't close it out, it doesn't start recording, so I think I only got the last 3 seconds. But I actually think that I missed out on another video earlier today too, and I did the same thing. But this is it. This is where we're going to be calling home for the evening, as my truck just a couple other cars out here, and a motorhome down at the end. There were some other people out there camping too, so I wasn't totally alone, and all these tracks looked really cool, so hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to go check them out a little bit before we head out east again. But now it's time for some McDonald's chicken McNuggets for dinner for me and Holland.
Got some chicken nuggets. I got 2 10-piece boxes. Split with Holland. She's already had 2. And this is going to be where I'm staying tonight. How'd you get crumbs on your head?
It was a killer sunset that night. The sound of the raindrops coming down on my truck was pretty soothing. I know I'm taking this car camping thing to a whole new level, but sometimes I just feel safer in my truck than in a tent. Make sure to tune in to the next episode, day 3. I try to drive across some of these dunes. I don't know if that was a good idea. We make it to Black Canyon of the Gunnison National Monument, which is pretty cool, and we see this pretty crazy dam on our way east towards Crested Butte. We finally make it into Crested Butte, and that mountain there is why it's called Crested Butte. And how do I handle riding this bike?